everyone. I'm Sophia here again from the Moving Bodies section of the festival. And I'm here with Maria and Tomáš, who are going to introduce the film Fibonacci, which is one of the screen dances that we have selected for the official competition. So, Maria and Tomáš, thank you for being here. And can you please just hi? Can you please introduce the film, like in a like a short description of the film? What's the people going to watch? What was the inspiration for it? And yeah, very briefly.
So our film is called Fibonacci, and that refers to these Fibonacci numbers, Fibonacci number sequence, which is like a mathematical principle, sometimes considered as a description of some secret aesthetics or secret order in nature. Like, for example, the snail shells grow according to these numbers, and we. Yes, thanks for this picture. We started to look for such patterns or such numbers in the landscape, and we wanted to research on how this mathematical principle manifests in the fields, in the graphic of the fields, and also in the choreography or movement of animal herd or bird flock, and that's why we came to a genre of a dance film, to put these two things together: landscape and dancers and Fibonacci numbers.
Good. Well, thank you for that introduction. So my first question is, how was the well, it's a very impressive film, and I have many questions. Maybe one of them is, how did you choose these landscapes, and how did you choose the group of dancers that you have? Have you worked with them before, and what were some of the guidelines that you gave them for the movement that they do?
Mm-hmm. The landscape is the area where we shot the film is called Moravian Tuscany. So it is not the Tuscany in Italy. It's Central Europe, southeast of Czech Republic. But the area is famous among landscape photographers. So it was like a natural choice. It's interesting that the shapes of the landscape are not only natural. It's also because of undermined terrain and land subsidences. And also the fields look like this because of like the communist era land management, which is not really good for the landscape, but anyway it looks magical somehow. And so yeah, so that was our natural choice, and we spent a lot of time searching for locations. We used a lot, we find a lot of use for long focus lenses for this. And about the dancers, I would give word to Marie. I'm happy that she's here with me, my choreographer, Marie Gourdain.
Hello. So about the team of performers we worked with Tomáš, we first decided on a number who was according to the Fibonacci following. So we hesitated if we would have 8 or 12, or so we then decided to make a bigger group as possible in the production scale of the film. And we contacted young performers that were mainly from the physical school, the School of Physical Theatre in Brno, and also from Prague and all over the Czech Republic, actually, but performers who are not only interested in dance, but in physicality, in movement, in a wider understanding, and who are good with group work and listening to each other. So when we trained for the film, we were at the same time observing animal herds, like deers, for example. And then we also did few exercises of how to listen to each other, react quickly, feel the group, and so we chose performers who were able to carry such a difficult setting, because even though the movement is not so complicated, the earth on which we were running was very irregular, so physically it was very demanding.
Yeah, it shows, and that's one of the things that stands out of the film when you see it. Another question that I had was, how did you have like the choreography? Like, did you think about the choreography when you saw the landscape, or had you thought about that before? And how was the relationship between the choreography and making the film, as to like making the audiovisual choices for it? I mean, how did you two work together, basically?
Well, maybe I start, Tomáš. Actually, I come first from animation cinema. Before I studied movement first in animation cinema, before working with dance and really doing choreography for performers. And so Tomáš also chose me for this, because we worked a lot on storyboard, imagining the movement in the scale of the landscape, and then physically we trained these movements. But I think at the end, Tomáš was really the one who, on the moment of the shooting, would really guide them. They knew how to be together, how to run together, how to react, and then Tomáš guide them through the shooting of the film. Tomáš, maybe you want to add something?
Yes, I really appreciated collaborating with Marie, because she was able to teach the dancers or performers the behavior of the heart, and then I was able, as a director, I was able to work with the heart and not the individuals, which was great for me, and that was what we needed. And Marie was with us during all the shooting, so she still was able to help the dancers and help with details. But mostly during the shooting, we worked with them as a group.
For what we understand, choreography like movement in space and time, then I think really the spacing of the movement, we really worked, in fact, during the preparation of the film, just Tomáš and me imagining what type of movement we want to do. And then during the shooting, actually, it was so big that we had to give a point A and a point B with flags, mark the space, and they would just go for it, because it's not small movement precision work. It's a total different scale.
Yes, it was a large scale. Like we have to use the wireless communication, because quite often the camera was 1 kilometer from the dancers, like on the other hill.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine it was quite hard, the shooting itself. So my question was to you, like, how long did it take, like, since you chose like to make the film, and since you got together, how long did the rehearsal process take, and the whole thing? Because I'm very impressed about how, like, the dimension of everything. So that's why most of my questions are about that.
Yeah, we had a 3-day, I think it was a 3-day residency with the dancers before we started shooting, and then I think it was 5 days of shooting.
Yes, so we had before a preparation time just of the core of the team with Tomáš. Of course, all the landscape, choosing the landscape and all this was done, everything a long time in advance. But actually the process of rehearsing and shooting was very quick.
Yeah, it was tricky because we wanted to use this morning light and evening light, this so-called golden hour for shooting in landscape, which is hard because then you have to get up early and then wait for the dusk at the evening, and maybe you have more time around lunch. But That was very specific.
That's nice. My next question for you is, have you ever collaborated together before, and are you going to collaborate together in the future? Do you have any plans regarding that?
Well, yes, we collaborated before. Tomáš is an artist with many, many skills, and he's also a very good musician. So we had collaborated before on my first piece as a choreographer, who is called Un, and Tomáš was the music composer. And that was in 2015. And for future plans, I let Tomáš reply to the question.
Yeah. Marie asked me once more for the music, but I had to refuse because of we just were about to get a little kid. But I hope she will ask me again in the future, because the collaboration with her is quite nice and inspiring.
Yeah, and for films, then for now there are no concrete plan. Tomáš is working on his side, and I'm preparing new performances on my side. But we are open to whatever project could interest us both, and how we could continue collaborating.
Well, that's great. Well, I have like maybe a few questions. I don't know if we have enough time, but so do you have any recommendations for anyone who is going to watch the film? Like recommendations, like comments, or like what they will see? It's a very broad question. Very broad, yeah. Question. So I don't know. Would you like to tell them anything?
I don't know. Just go and watch it. It's not so long.
Yeah, I would say enjoy. We hope you will enjoy it. And secondly, I would say the understanding of what is dance is extremely large.
I think that's a great point to make in this film, and I think everyone will be very surprised. I hope, and I hope everyone likes it. I'm sure they will. And well, thank you for joining me, and thank you for expressing all of your process of making the film. So again, for everyone, please, if you can, come and enjoy all of the screen dances. Fibonacci is in the screen dance selection, which is films that have to do with dancing and movement, and yeah, it's a lovely program. So thank you again, Maria and Tomáš, for being here, and well, thank you very much.
Thank you
See
too.
you hopefully in the future. Please collaborate together again. we are all looking forward to that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the festival.
Yes. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.